A very good and happy Black Friday morning to everyone out there. Landon here with you to bring you your weather and night forecast, courtesy of On Target. Got a whole lot to talk about, folks. We got an active pattern that's going to be coming in here. First weather maker will be arriving here as early as Saturday afternoon on into our Sunday, but we're keeping even closer eyes on the early days of next week with the opportunity of a prominent snow event impacting the region. Still numerous question marks, but the signal is there. We'll be getting more into that here in just a moment. Let's get a view out here. We have got high pressure down here to our south. Got this area of low pressure that's going to be pulling off here to the north and east, and this is going to be swinging a cold front in our direction. This is what's going to be bringing our initial disturbance into the region throughout the day on Saturday. Again, precipitation could be starting as early as Saturday afternoon, continuing on into our Sunday before setting up our next event Monday night on into Tuesday of next week. But as far as sensible weather impacts this morning, outside of those frigid cold temperatures, we are underneath crystal clear skies. Morgantown sky cam showing not a single cloud in the sky out there. Got a few specks of the stars in the twilight with the morning sunrise. And we got a beautiful view of our sunrise looking over the D93 sky cam from downtown Bowling Green. Beautiful twilight right there along outlining the water tower atop Hospital Hill. Frigid start to what's going to be a sunny but very, very cold day. Temperatures already starting out between the low and mid 20s region wide. You're going to want the winter wardrobe on again today. It'll be similar to yesterday. Maybe winds not quite as strong, but our wind chills are going to remain around the same readings as a result of that. All right, so we can jump over here. We can break down what we are anticipating here as we look at both the long and short range view. First and foremost here, we'll take you through the early start of the weekend. High pressure swinging in here out of the north and west. Low pressure develops quickly, pulls off to the north and east, and we could be looking at some hit-miss rain or even some snow in here between early, mid, late afternoon hours of our Saturday. Could have an initial round here of a wintry mix or snowfall, but where our temperature profiles are going to be at, we're not expecting any sensible weather impacts as far as slick travel. Temperatures should scamper above freezing very quickly and somewhat remain there, resulting in a very quick change over to plain Jane rain as we roll through our Saturday afternoon and evening, and then on into our Sunday as well, with just light rain continuing to impact the region. Before we get to that, we'll look at the wind speeds. We worked throughout today. They're picking up here right after sunrise between 10 and 20 mile an hour gusts. They will subside throughout this afternoon and evening, and then Saturday, these winds are actually going to be turning out of the south and west with the warm front lifting up before the cold front makes it through here. That's what's going to result in a quick warm-up with winds gusting upwards of 20 to 30 miles an hour as we work into our Saturday afternoon, all right? So take a look here at our latest in terms of our temperature profiles. This is our wind chills throughout today, folks, and they're going to remain very cold and similar to yesterday. We got our wind chills here as we work into this afternoon. We're going to be just right around either side of the freezing mark. Upper 20s, lower 30s, the real feel out there throughout the day. As promised, you want the layers on. Carhartts are on too. Let's not forget that. Here we are working into tonight. Bottom's going to fall out again. Wind chills and overall temperature readings anywhere between the upper teens to lower 20s. And then as promised, as we work into our Saturday afternoon, that southerly flow going to place our temperatures well above freezing. So we're not anticipating any sort of slick travel or anything as a result of that. With that working in here, right? So we can jump over here too, and we can take a look at how this is going to unfold in terms of the simulated radar activity. Again, nothing to come to fruition today. Here we are working into Saturday, and here right here around the initial round as we roll into early and mid-afternoon, you can see the latest guidance has even taken the snow just right along and north of the Ohio River. I'm not saying that we're not going to get in on snowflakes or maybe some sleet mixing in here and there during this event, but it looks like plain Jane rain will be the dominating factor. Latest model guidance here a little bit more intense with a convective nature. We might catch a stray rumble of thunder or two coming along with that as well. All right, let's get back over here and let's jump into the more important discussion, and that's those winter weather shenanigans that we're keeping our eyes on as we get into the early start of next week. Here we are working into tonight, or Saturday night on into our Sunday. Light scattered rain showers will continue to impact the region. Another jolt of colder air with Canadian high pressure bringing in that northerly flow will be bringing another jolt of colder air Monday into Tuesday. That's very important. We're going to have the colder air that's already in place. Ground temperatures won't struggle as much whenever they're trying to fall. And take a look here, folks. Keep your eyes right there on that developing low pressure system. Swings down across the western part of the Gulf, and counterclockwise flow is going to be pumping moisture northward here as a result. All right, we talked about this yesterday, folks, and we can make the comparison where we had our surface set up with yesterday's model run. It is nearly identical to today. We're overlaying actually the same outline that we had up on the map yesterday because the low is located in the same location. That black star located just to the north and west side of the surface low is absolutely where you want to be located to get any sort of significant snowfall on the ground. Still numerous question marks, folks. These waffling little surface lows, if they displace 50 to 100 miles to the north and west, we're going to be getting all rain or some sleet with this event. If this low pulls a little bit further to the south and east, we might even get some colder air that can help with the development of some heavier snow within deformation bands. So still a lot to talk about, but you can kind of get a great idea of the science of these mid-latitude cyclones with our outline here. Warm conveyor belt lifts up the very warm, moist air vertically up over the colder air mass that's in place. Colder air is more dense, so it sinks. Warmer air lifts up, and the warm, moist air falling over the sub-freezing layer. That cold conveyor belt wrapping around the north side of the low, that is what is bringing in that much colder air and could result in accumulating snowfall for us. Again, still numerous question marks, folks, but I like the looks of this. And the consistency here over the past 2 or 3 days, if we can keep this thing locked in, particularly watching tomorrow's system. If we get the snow to come a little bit further south, right along and just south of the Ohio River, right now it's forecast along and north of the Ohio River. Some of that can bring that colder air further south. That can have a resulting factor a little bit further along down the line with our next weather maker moving in. Again, folks, numerous question marks, but it's worth taking note of that we could be getting in on accumulating snowfall here during the early days of next week, all right? So I want to jump back over here. I want to talk about the short-term model guidance first and foremost. The Storm Prediction Center has brought a generalized swath of showers and storms right along and bisecting through the Wobbles community. Severe weather is not expected tomorrow or into our Sunday time frame. Now, we can jump forward. We can look at the early days of next week, along with what's expected tomorrow into Sunday. Here's the percent chance of 1 inch of snowfall with Saturday afternoon through Sunday system. Right there just to our north and west. Far northwestern tier of Butler County has a 1% chance of seeing 1 inch of snowfall on the ground. So, folks, anything that falls out there, it's going to be slushy. Definitely won't be hanging around for long with our temperature profiles actually rising into the Saturday afternoon and evening time frame. You can see right there, folks, another system Monday night into Tuesday. Confidence is lower on that. Still numerous question marks to see, but we will be keeping very close eyes on that, to say the least. Total rainfall forecast over the course of the next week, anywhere from 1/4 of an inch up to an inch of total precipitation. Again, folks, take this with a grain of salt. Some of this will be falling in the form of wintry precipitation that's difficult to measure, but there it is for you regardless. Full 6-day forecast breakdown. We got loads of sunshine today. Going to stay frigid cold. Highs in the lower 40s. We're going to be looking at wind chills in the upper 20s and lower 30s throughout. Dipping down to the upper teens, lower 20s tonight. Mid-40s for highs on Saturday with initial burst, maybe some mixed wintry precipitation here and there, but for the most part it should be plain Jane rain. Scattered rain showers continue throughout our Sunday with highs in the mid-40s. That colder air arrives with a passing cold front for our Monday, many not escaping the 30s. And then all eyes are on Monday night into our Tuesday with the opportunity of a significant snow impacting the region. We'll be keeping eyes on that, but by Wednesday it should be out of here with more sunshine making a return. Friends, it's going to wrap up your Black Friday morning weather or not forecast presented by our friends at On Target. You all take care of yourselves and each other.